You're listening to Podketeers.
Welcome to episode 490 of Podketeers. This week we debut a brand new segment called the Disney Draft. And in our inaugural segment, we each tried to create the best list of songs from the Disney Renaissance films. We had a great time doing this, and we are super excited to make this a frequent part of the show. If you have any suggestions on what you want us to draft in an upcoming episode, make sure to leave a comment on the blog post for the episode or over on Discord. And of course, we top off the episode with our history segment, Great Moments with Mr. Andrew, as we cover some facts about 2011 and 2012. As I mentioned a bit ago, we would love for you to join the conversation over on our social networks, including Instagram, Threads, and Facebook, but we invite you to join us on Discord. Joining the community is super simple. Just head over to podketeers.com/links and click on the Discord button to join our community. A very special thank you goes out to an awesome group of listeners known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. As part of the FGP Squad family, you get some additional perks like discount codes for Podketeers gear, random giveaways, additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon. Whenever we do our happy hour calls, you get access to those. There's a special section of Discord and more. If you would like more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to check out podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find a link to our Patreon, some of our top contributors, a little bit about what the FGP Squad is all about. But of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And of course, as always, a very special thank you goes out to the FGP Squad for their continued support. And FGP Squad, make sure to check out Patreon for some additional content that couples with this episode, where we extend the draft and add 4 more songs to each of our lists. So that's it. That's going to wrap up the intro. It's time to jump into this episode. If this is your first time hanging out with us, welcome. We hope that you enjoy the episode and that you come back for more. And of course, if you've been hanging with us for a while now, welcome back, friends. Here is episode 490 of Podketeers. Okay, look, I am excited about what's happening in this episode because I know we've talked about kicking off some new segments. We've been planning a few things here and there, but this one was particularly exciting for me because I think we're just going to get right into it, by the way. So recently, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of the podcasts that I listen to is Pod Meets World. It is Daniel Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle, who played Topanga, Sean, and Eric on Boy Meets World. They're essentially doing the recap thing, with all of the episodes in their series. They basically watch it, run down the episode, give some commentary, and they decided to do a draft. They did 2 half drafts. They drafted like their favorite list of characters, and then they did one where they drafted like their top episodes. And as I was listening to this, I thought, it would be so fun if we could draft something too. But then I also thought we're not on TV shows. Like, we've never been on a TV show. So what could we draft? And I brought it up to the team. We had multiple discussions about how this could play out. And we landed on our inaugural draft being about the Disney Renaissance. But to bring it in even more, we decided to bring it to songs from the films of the Disney Renaissance. Now, this is kind of intense, right? Because if you go through the catalog of songs in the Disney Renaissance, there's 176 songs total on all of those soundtracks. All right. And it got a little intense trying to figure out what was going to go where, what song was going to go before. There's always the risk of somebody taking it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a snake style draft. We're just going to emulate what they did on Pod Meets World. Andrew mentioned that he's heard other podcasts do similar things with like meals and snacks and desserts and stuff. And hey, the sky is the limit when it comes to what we're going to do with this draft. But we think it's super fun. It's going to be snake draft style. Essentially what that means is that we drew random numbers before we started recording. The order is going to be Andrew, me, and then Mel. The person that drew 1 and 3 get 2 choices, except at the beginning and at the end. So it's going to be Andrew, me, Mel, Mel, me, Andrew, Andrew, Mel, Andrew, me, Mel. And so we're just going to go back and forth until each one of us has 8 songs on our draft list. And then we're going to post the lists, and we're going to have you vote for the best list. We're going to have you select who's got like what you might be able to consider the quintessential list, at least when it comes to our draft, because I'm sure you can come up with a quintessential list for the Renaissance. But at least between our 3 lists, who's got the best one? So you're going to help us vote. And I think it's time to get started. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Before we start, did you have any trouble compiling your list? Did you run into issues? Tell me about your process. You don't have to tell me your songs. Tell me about your process a little bit here.
Yes. Yes. It's hard. It's hard because you're like, I want to place this here. I want to place this here. What's more valuable, or what do you like more? And it's like, it's going to get worse when it's chosen, because it's like at the same time, we also have like side songs. So I don't want to be screwed if the side song gets picked, then I have to like hurry up in my mind, think of what else I could fit in there. It's going to be chaotic.
Yeah. My list is very much a personal likes list more than a like what I think are like generally the best songs. Like that's a different thing than like my like this is a more a me list than it is like I wonder what the best possible list could be. So I'm not super worried depending, but I've got, I think I have more alternates on my list just in case than the actual list I have. But I tried to, on my list I have one song, they're all from different films. I didn't pick any 2 from the same film just to switch it up, but we'll see. We might end up with some same film ones if I get some stolen from me, so we'll see.
Oh, I have some from every... Listen, I had so much trouble putting this list together. If you've been listening long enough, whenever we have to make these types of choices, my brain goes into overload. And it went into so much overload trying to do this that I have 6 versions of my list. I did 6 revisions because
and
I
you're not
started
lying.
off... No, I started off with Topanga's strategy, or Danielle's official strategy, where she's like, I'm going to select the songs that I think are going to get me the most votes. And then, I went through that one, but I kind of catered it to my own liking. And then I realized, but that's not me. Like, I want the songs that represent me. Like, when I think Disney Renaissance, what comes to my head? And so then I redid it, didn't like it, redid it, didn't like it 6 times. And there wasn't anything wrong necessarily with the orders that I had them in. They just like, it's so weird because there's so many of these songs. I don't know if you go through this yourself, but there's so many of these songs that I feel like I connect with more on certain days than on others. And so there's always going to be, that song that you just like, you're not necessarily in your feels, but that song hits at just the right time. And you're like, yeah, I needed to hear that today. Whereas another day you're like, no, I needed to hear this other song. Right. So there isn't a wrong list. It's just how it makes you feel, I think, on that day. And I don't know how I feel about my list, but I'm happy adjacent. I think that says something, right? Like I'm happy adjacent with what I have right now.
You're content.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
C'est la vie.
Yep.
All right. Let's do this. Choose your character. I used that song when we posted on Instagram to announce the inaugural draft, and I had it in my head for like days. So, it's there. It's cool.
I don't know what song that is, but it's okay. Is it like Mario or something?
It is from the menu of one of the melees of the...
Smash Brothers?
Yeah, from the Super Smash Brothers melee
I guess
menu or
Mario.
something.
Close enough.
You're close, yeah.
Yeah.
Same umbrella.
Mario's in
You
it.
did
All
it.
right.
You did it.
Anyway, yay. All right. So I guess for the inaugural... Oh, well, I screwed that up. The inaugural pick, first pick of the Disney Renaissance draft, I will draft Friend Like Me from Aladdin.
Oh.
Good
Okay.
one.
Friend Like Me from Aladdin is on my list. If I didn't get that one right out the door, I don't think I'd be happy with any list. So there it is. I have a long history with that song, especially connected with Aladdin Musical Spectacular and Aladdin, the Broadway musical, plus everything. It's the quintessential Disney song for me almost. So I had to put that as my number one.
Nice.
Right on. Great pick. Great pick. I will tell you that you did steal that from me. I did have it as my number 6 pick, so it is officially off my list.
I had a feeling it was going to be on lists. I'm like, this has got to be it's number one for me.
Hey, it's all right. This is how a draft works, right?
Exactly.
All right.
That's what the alternates are for.
Right? Okay. So I'm going to go in with a heavy hitter. I have to select one that I think everybody knows. We've sang in the park walking around. Heck, we sang it on a monorail. I am kicking things off with A Whole New World from Aladdin.
Woo. Okay. You could have it.
That's not what
It
I
gets
thought
me
you were going to
nervous.
pick. That's not what I thought you were going to pick. So
I don't think it's what it... Yeah, no, I mean, listen. It made it on top of the list pretty late in the revisions.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with that one. I think it's a juggernaut in the Renaissance catalog.
Oh,
and, I'm happy with that choice.
That's a good choice. So my top song, it has to be like epic. So I'm like, okay, what's pretty epic? What has an epic beginning? Circle of Life from The Lion King. I'm like, who doesn't try to sing when we don't even know what it says? And we just don't care. Yep. I was like, I'm like, I have to start with an awesome one.
Oh, I just realized I blew out the mic doing that. Oh, well.
You want to know something?
What?
That's a great choice. That is iconic on so many levels. So I'm gonna give you some trivia. So do you know the language that they're speaking when they say the opening phrase for Circle of Life?
Swahili?
Swahili, right?
It's Zulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Zulu, and I don't know exactly how to pronounce it because the other language, they use click sounds with the vowels. I remember trying to learn this when I first learned about the dialect and what they were saying, but they use some of that in Black Panther as well as part of that film. But there is Swahili in the film, and they use it for Hakuna Matata, which does mean no worries in Swahili. But the opening phrase or the opening phrases are in Zulu.
Isn't it? I think it's something like here is a lion, he's a lion, yes, he's a lion.
This
or
is a
it's
lion,
something like
here is
this
the
is a
lion.
lion.
Father, here is the lion, or something like that, if I remember
I'm a
correctly.
lion, you're a lion. Lion on the
everyone's a
ground.
lion. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, Melissa, you got to go again.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So my second choice, I gotta have another epic scene, and that's Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Bye off my list.
I'm so sorry, but I'm like, it's just...
No, I knew it was. It was not surprised that went.
Yep, not surprised. It is on my list, but it's pretty late on my list. So
Ah.
I'm
It was
okay with that one.
number 4 on my list.
It was it was 26 on my list.
Well, that's not even on the list. You get 8.
Well, no, I mean, see, look at here's
You
the
ranked
mentality.
everything.
No, I didn't. Here's the mentality
Okay.
that I went into it. Right, each one of us gets to choose 8.
Yeah.
What happens, hypothetically, what happens if you choose my first 8 and Mel chooses my second 8? That means I need a whole set of 8 to make up for my list, right? Which means I need
Yeah.
at least 24 picks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get, like, you see what I mean? That was my mentality.
But you said it
going
was
into
28?
I went up to 35. It was 26.
Holy moly.
I went into the 30s because I got a little carried away, but my mentality ranking them was I need at least 24 in the event that they take every single song that I want at the beginning, which I knew wasn't going to happen. But that was like how I was taking this.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you got a big old list. I got a tiny list. That's okay. It's
Me
your
too.
but it's your turn, Heyzen.
Yeah.
But Poor Unfortunate Souls, another it's an iconic song.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have it though, Melissa. I'm glad you have it on your list.
Yeah. I like that you have it. So, okay. So I'm actually gonna keep it in the same film. I'm gonna keep it Little Mermaid style because again, another juggernaut of a song in my eyes because everybody knows this. I'm picking Part of Your World.
That's what I thought you were gonna pick first.
That's a good
I almost
one.
had it as first. I
Wasn't even on my list.
I thought about it and I was like, no, someone's gonna have it. And I was like, I no. I'm sure somebody
it
was.
doesn't matter if somebody have it, right? Because that's the
true.
whole point of a draft. It's whoever gets to it first.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Again, mine's gonna be it's gonna get weird.
Same.
Because it's a me list and not a anyway. So, but yeah, Part of Your World, 100% like stone cold classic banger, I guess you would call it. Part of Your World.
Wait a second. So my list, ultimately, I went with picks that were me, right?
Yes.
And you both just said that they're you, but you're going to get weird.
Yes.
Does that mean that I'm super vanilla when it comes to this? Because, like,
I mean, you have choices.
a lot of my songs, I think, are going to be mainstream, but they're also, like, I remember singing these songs when I was younger with other people, like, blaring them out in the parks, blaring them out, like, at school, like, you know what I mean? Like
that doesn't.
But
that's
that's
not
okay.
a bad thing.
Our
No,
list
we'll
may,
see.
attract people. It's just, you never know. You never know how they may vote.
Maybe you're just basic, Heyzen. And
Oh,
that's
boy.
It.
Maybe I am just basic. Maybe I am just basic.
We'll see as these lists
Man.
go on, and we'll see.
Man. All right, I got to redo the list. Pause, guys.
No, okay.
I'm kidding. All right, Andrew, your next pick.
My number 2, out of left field. Who knows if this is on anybody's list? A Star Is Born from Hercules.
Nice.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not,
It's on
but
my
good
list.
job.
Nice.
It's
on my list.
Is a nice funky bass at the end where it's like I just love that funky bass.
Yep.
It's number 2 on my list. These aren't really in a super particular order, but I'm just thinking about that song, and that bass line in that whole song just makes me like grin from ear to ear hearing that. I could just put that on with no lyrics and just the bass part and be happy.
I love it. I will tell you that entire soundtrack, I think some people say that it's niche, but it's such a great soundtrack. Like the whole gospel vibe to it and the whole like funky like music beats to it. Man, if you haven't heard the Hercules soundtrack in a while, go back and listen to it. If you just want like a pop of happy, listen to the Hercules soundtrack.
It's every song is good. There's not a bad song on that. Now, my opinion on the Hercules soundtrack is that it's missing like 2 songs, but that's just me.
Yeah.
There's no villain song in Hercules like at all.
Yeah.
And so at least one song. I think it's missing 2 songs, but anyway, I guess I get to go a second time.
You do.
This is a sneaky snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake. And my number 3 pick is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
I almost
good
got
one.
that one.
Gaston.
Good
Gotta have a
one.
villain song in there. And again, a lot of mine are, I'm in it for the comedy 90% of the time. And it's, of the villain songs, it's probably one of the silliest. Because it's really not, it's, kind of a villain song. I mean, I guess there's the what is it, the Kill the Beast song or whatever, I forget what that one is called, but it's more of a sidekick song, I guess. It's LeFou singing, but number 3, Gaston. So far I'm doing pretty good on I got my top 3 so far, so I'm feeling good about it.
All right. Well, my next vanilla pick is my next basic pick. I have to go with this one. It's high on my list because it's my favorite film, not necessarily my favorite song right now, but I'm going to go with Beauty and the Beast.
Aw, cool. You can have it. It wasn't on my list.
It's not even in my alternates. You know what? But that's okay. Like that. So far, we're mostly getting what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I will tell
surprisingly
you?
enough.
You know what I will tell you? And Larry, if you're listening, I'm so sorry, man. But I had 0 songs from the Rescuers Down Under. Primarily because...
So do I. 0.
Yeah. When I was doing my ranking, I don't know if either of you felt this way, but when I was doing the rankings, like the Rescuers Down Under is basically a score. It's not a soundtrack because none of the
Yeah.
songs have lyrics to them, right? And so
it's not
I
a
feel like
musical.
that's an entire other draft that we can
Oh,
do.
yeah,
just
definitely.
like film scores and the songs from the scores, because there's some pretty impactful songs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's even some in Beauty and the Beast, right? There's and this is on my list, but it's further down. It wouldn't be one of my top choices as far as the draft, but on my list, I had Transformation. Which when the Beast is transforming, but I wouldn't have added it to this one because there's 0 lyrics to it, right? So I don't know, but anyway, on with the show.
That's okay. I mean, that's the thing. Like that one. No, the lyrics is kind of like an important one, I guess, when you think of Disney song versus Disney score. So there's. I think that's a good idea, trying to do that separately, and I think that would be a little more what do I want to say? A little more homework to do of what is the title of that song?
Yeah.
What is the...
It'll be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My turn, right?
That means
All right, Mel.
Yeah, Melissa.
Okay.
Yeah, Heyzen picked his other basic pick, and we're on.
All right. So for number 3, I went with Prince Ali from Aladdin.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm I
Right on.
right from starting here, I was like, okay, now I want to find things that, if you hear it, it just pops in your head and you just get happy or something, or you feel something. So hopefully this keeps going, and hopefully I'm able to get everything I want. So here we go.
But yeah,
Alright.
Prince Ali, I mean, I don't know if it's forget or underrated or whatever, but, people don't remember that as much as Friend Like Me or Part of Your World or, a couple other songs. But I mean, that's a number 2 song for me in Aladdin is who cares about, Part of Your World, again, not my big cup of tea, but Prince Ali, again, that Robin Williams performance in that, and it's just great.
For the record, Prince Ali was 21 on this draft of my list, so it was on there.
It made the list.
Oh,
the
it did.
extended list.
It did. Yeah. Back to me. It's my
No,
choice
Melissa's
now?
got another.
Oh,
4.
she got another. All right, Mel.
Yeah, we only did the one.
So number 4, I chose Son of Man from Tarzan.
From Tarzan.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a deep cut, Mel.
It's a fun one. I just that whole album is so much fun.
Yeah. Phil Collins did such a great job with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the part where it's the There, I mean, it's all Phil Collins, so it's very like drum heavy.
Yeah.
But there's the part where it's like the, oh no, I can't remember, is it the piranhas or something, and like the mouth is going at the same time as like the drum beat. It's good song. He's sliding through all the branches and stuff. That's a good song. Good song.
Thanks.
Phil Collins is cool.
He is.
Good song. It's a good song. I debated how far to put Trash in the Camp on my list because it's one of my favorite songs on there. And then I debated, do I want the Rosie O'Donnell one or do I want the one with NSYNC and Phil Collins? Like, because the thing that gets me to that song is like the scatting that they do. Yeah. I love that in that song. So neither one of them made it to my initial list, but you know, I debated it. It got pretty high up there before I knocked it back down. I think it was on list 3 or on version 3 of the list, pretty high, and then got knocked back down. Anyway,
got somewhere. Anyway,
you know, got somewhere. All right. Okay. So the next one is this one. Actually, I think is going to surprise you. My number 4 pick is actually from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about this song. So part of my process in trying to decide what the order of these songs was going to be was I made a Spotify playlist of like every song on every album in the order they were released. So I listened to like everything, right? And this song reminded me of a time when I was in high school and I was supposed to sing our class song in front of our graduating class. And so there was like all these like high school politics and like the high school bickering and stuff like that. And the students that ended up essentially knocking me out of the position were very good friends with the teacher that was making the decision about who should sing the song. And there was obviously somebody else is going to tell a different part of the story or they're going to tell the story differently. But the way that I remember it is I was practicing the song and I was like feeling it, right? Like I was like trying to do like the song and they're like, that's not how the song goes. Like you have to stop trying to like add all the flourishes and everything. And I love to sing, right? And whether I sound good or not, I love to sing. And so I was getting like really into the song and stuff. And whenever I got really into it, I would kind of do like, you know, the little flourishy singing. And she didn't like it and I couldn't stop it and they kicked me out. And it wasn't even the thing was it wasn't even like this version of it, right? It was actually the Spanish version of this song, which was Sueña by Luis Miguel. It was kind of like the sister, like the Spanish sister version of it. And ultimately, I did not sing our class song. She basically kicked me out of the class and the group and everything. It was like an elective or something, so it's not like it deeply affected me or anything. But the one saving grace was that my friend Christopher was the one that ended up getting to sing the song. And I was like so proud of him because he killed it, man. Like he did such a great job. But still, like thinking back on it now, I realize like what an egotistical move it was for me to be like, I want to sing it like this. This is like, I'm in my feels, lady. Just let me do this.
I'm Mariah Carey up in here.
That's what I'm saying. Unleash me for Christmas. But, you know, I think back on it now. I'm like, man, that was dumb, dude. Like, you should have just listened. You could have sang the song. And so, yeah, that's why I'm putting it this high up on my list. It just, like I said, there's some songs that just remind you of certain things at certain times and some songs that make you feel certain ways. And when I was listening to it, it just made me think of that moment. It made me feel like I've grown as a person a lot since that moment in time. I don't know. It was a really reflective song to listen to. So I'm putting, only because of its, you know, sister Spanish equivalent, I'm going to put Someday, which was the All for One song on that soundtrack, ironically, from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Nice. Man, when you said that, I'm like, oh, no. Because I have a few songs, and I'm like, please don't take, please don't take. So when you said that, I'm like,
I have some
breathe,
from there.
Breathe.
This one just happened to make it a little bit higher, but trust me, there's some great ones on there that I'm like, oh, I need to have these a little bit higher.
Yeah, but some days it is a really good song. Like, even when you see it performed live, like, it's just, there is something behind that song, like the emotion and everything. So, yeah, good choice.
Definitely. All right. to me, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is where my Poor Unfortunate Souls was on my list. So we're skipping over that. And we're going to another silly song, I guess you'd call it. It was my fourth pick is A Girl Worth Fighting For from Mulan.
Okay.
That one's cool. It almost made my list. But yeah, I like the comedy in it.
Again, that's most of my songs are somewhat silly. I'm a big fan of Harvey Firestein's voice work, and so he's in that as Yao and doing all his fun stuff.
And I'm a huge fan of Lea Salonga, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, but she's not even in that song.
I know, but I'm a huge fan of Lea Salonga, and so I love all the stuff she does. Yeah, just because.
Yeah.
I love all the stuff she does on the Mulan soundtrack.
Yeah. Good job.
I get a lot of flack from people for saying that I like her version more than Christina Aguilera's version of Reflection. And
you mean the one that's in the movie?
The one that's in the movie, yeah.
You like the one that's in the movie better than the one that's in the credits?
Yeah. I've gotten a mouthful from people because apparently, I'm supposed to like the Christina Aguilera version. It's too poppy compared. I don't know. We get into it.
I agree. I think we're all on the same page here with that.
Yeah.
Right on.
So here's my fifth pick.
Before you do fifth pick, I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Let's take a brief intermission here, and let's thank a wonderful group of listeners. How about that?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Ooh, I like those guys. Let's talk about them.
All right, so we want to take a moment to thank a wonderful group of listeners known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can join the FGP Squad family, head on over to podketeers.com/FGP for more information. There you will find a link to our Patreon, a little info about what the FGP Squad is all about, a list of some of our top contributors. But of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like discount codes on new Podketeers gear, random giveaways, access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon. When we get a chance to do our happy hour calls, you get a link to participate in those with us as well, a special section of Discord. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. All right, Andrew, back to the draft. Pick number 5. We're in the second half of the draft, officially as of this pick. Bring us into the second half, Andrew.
All right. I almost pulled an audible here, but I think I'm going to stick with the list. We'll see how I feel about this. No, I'm going to stick with it. Okay, no, it's fine. It's not, I don't know why I have it this high on the list. I think this is more of a people's pick than a me pick, but I still really like this song. So my fifth pick is Out There from Hunchback.
Very good one.
Song 2. Oh, such a good song, too.
Yeah.
It's a very good, it's great live. I've had the chance to see the stage musical done by a professional company, and it's great there. It's great in the movie. It's just one of those, ballads that really are just out there, I guess. But it's it's a good song. What can you say?
Yeah.
Well, it is. Good choice.
I almost switched it out. I think I'm content with it, but I almost switched it out.
Nice. Is it my turn?
Yes.
That's your turn, yeah.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
So I am gonna call an audible on my list here. And the only reason I'm calling this audible is because I feel like this song is now in danger of being selected, given the trend of the last few songs. So for my next pick, I had this a little further down, but I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. That's the song I'm choosing. I'm going with Go the Distance from Hercules because I feel like if I don't choose it now, somebody's going to take it.
Wasn't even on my list.
Mine either.
Oh, okay. Then I don't feel so bad taking it. That's all right. Score for all of us then.
Right? But still, no, it is a really good song, but we just
But
have
super
different
basic,
tastes. There you go.
But super basic.
Oh, I mean,
know.
that's why they call this the Disney Renaissance. It was like everything is good.
Yeah.
It's true.
That song sung by Roger Bart.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Roger Bart is, but you maybe know, I don't know, the producers, or if you know Broadway at all, he's been in a billion things. He's currently playing Doc Brown in the Back to the Future musical.
Interesting.
That's cool.
On
I didn't know
Broadway.
that.
Yeah, he's been in the producers film. He's done a million things. Look him up if you don't know him. Great guy.
Nice.
Great
Very
actor.
cool.
So, my turn, right?
Yep.
I swear, the way that we're going, I keep forgetting. And I think it's because we're so excited about the songs. So, yeah. So, my number 5 song, I'm going to go dark because Disney doesn't do dark music as much.
Mhm.
So, this song, like, when I first saw it, it's just like, whoa, the message behind it is creepy and just scary. But when you hear it live, this song, like, I sunk in my seat. I was just like, oh, this is the way that the person singing it is just so strong that it just makes you feel like, whoa, this is intense. So my number 5 pick is Heaven's Light, Hellfire from Hunchback.
That was higher on my list,
almost switched that. That was going to be my audible. I almost put it, and it's such a good song, especially with his bass voice and the choir stuff. If you ever get a chance, listen to the Hunchback stage recording. It's even more full and like a bigger. It's just very cool. That just the.
It is intense.
It's insane hearing that live, and it's such a good song.
In one of my drafts, I had a lot of trouble going between Heaven's Light and Hellfire and A Guy Like You. But it was pretty high on my list in one of the original drafts. I think either one of those two songs was going to be like 12 at one point on my list. So it was pretty high. Yeah. Great choice, Mel. Great choice.
Thanks. This one's going to be like really left field, but I love this song no matter how many times. It doesn't get old. Even if I watch just a clip of it on YouTube, Le Poisson from The Little Mermaid.
That was almost it's on my alternates. I had a hard time not putting that on my list.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite. Just Chef Louis is just it's so funny. It's silly.
It's
so
good.
It's
funny. It's it's short, but it's just memorable. Like, yeah.
I mean, too bad we can't add the new mermaid, because then if you wanted silly, we could have done Scuttlebutt, right? I mean, because
Scuttlebutt,
everybody's new favorite song.
Everybody loves the Scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt. That's how it goes, I think.
I'm sorry, but that is like it's the worst song on that album.
Oh, it's horrible. I don't want to go on a huge tangent here, but it just doesn't fit with it. Like the other new songs they added, like fit, and then they're like, okay, let's get Lin-Manuel Miranda here, and we're gonna do a Lin-Manuel Miranda song in the middle of this musical. I mean, I like Lin-Manuel Miranda, all right, like as much as the next guy, but sometimes it's just like, hey, how about find a different person? Than
how about how about just stop?
Do a song and not like this weird patter song that's kind of like a rap. But like I'm fine with rap, but it doesn't fit in with the like. Make it another calypso song. Make it another anything that fits the style of what we're already listening to. That's what I kind of had a problem with in the. I'm going on a huge tangent here, but in the live action Beauty and the Beast. The song that's like I'm the Beast, that song that they added, it sounds like it's from it sounds like it's from Les Mis, and it doesn't sound like it.
Though, I disagree. I think that if you put yourself in the situation that the Beast is in, it fits pretty well. I think that if you only think of the original release, the animated version, then it doesn't fit, right? But if you enjoy the film as a live action film without thinking of the animated version, I think it actually does a pretty good job of fitting within the structure of who the Beast is and what they're trying to portray. And then the fact that Josh Groban's all like, evermore, but whatever,
like,
right?
I don't have a problem with the lyrical content and all of it. It's just like the composition of the song, I think, just takes like a different, like, it's like they hired a different band for that one
that
song.
I will agree with.
It just doesn't fit. The music sounds like it's from Les Mis versus like Beauty and the Beast. Like it just sounds musically different. Like, I'm fine with the song, and I think the song's a good song in general. Just it doesn't fit in there musically. And that's that, Scuttlebutt could probably be an okay song if they again musically made it somewhat similar, but I don't want to sound like a grumpy old man. Like, get off my lawn.
Incorrect.
Kind of thing, but
there's no way they can make that song good. I'm sorry. Incorrect.
All right, everybody can be mad at Scuttlebutt.
I'm sorry. I know there's people
That's fine.
that like
I think
it.
I think it's your turn, Heyzen.
It's my turn. Let's see. I'm actually not going to keep with the current order again. I'm going to call an audible, go a few steps down on my list and bump this one up. Oh man, maybe I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is what, song 6?
For you, I think, yes.
This is song 6. Oh man, so we got 3 choices left. Okay. Oh, you chose Friend Like Me. Okay, that was like your first
one. Yes, that's my
number
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't. Okay, that's off the table. Okay. I was gonna go with another musical icon for this one, but damn it. Okay. Let me see.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. All right, ready? One is one song, the other's the other. Which of my 2 hands is gonna win? Okay, no, but for real. I'm gonna go. Okay, I've narrowed it down. It's 2 artists, but one artist has 2 songs that I really like, and I don't know which one of these 2 I want to do.
I'm probably not gonna pick either one of them. So
I know you're not.
One.
I know. I honestly don't think you are. We only have 3 choices left, so I'm just wondering, like, what do I want on my list? Right.
This is version 5 of the list.
No, I'm at 6, but now it's like 6.2.
7. Yeah, 6.
6.2 because I made a couple revisions. All right, I'm just gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with Two Worlds from Tarzan, Phil Collins. I couldn't decide between that one and You'll Be in My Heart, but of the 2, I don't know. Two Worlds is a little stronger for me when it comes to the message that the movie's trying to convey as far as like the storytelling. So, all right, number 6, Tarzan's Two Worlds.
That's a good choice.
I think that has that. So that's the song with that in it, right? There goes the hey. Maybe that's Son of Man. I don't know. I'm getting all confused. Who cares? Somebody cares. I mean, Heyzen cares. He cares a lot about it.
Yes.
I care too much sometimes.
So that's okay. Okay, I guess that's me. I'm going. Neither one of those are on my list in any fashion, so you're completely safe picking those.
Yep.
But I will keep it in the same film. With a song that didn't even make Heyzen's list, "Trash in the Camp."
Oh no, it's on my list.
Oh, the film version, of course.
Oh, the Rosie version.
Yes, the Rosie and Wayne Knight version. I guess Rosie and Wayne Knight doesn't really sing much in it, but yes, it's that. I had a playlist on my Zune when I was driving my first car, and that was on it. It was like a 30-song Disney playlist. And that one came up, it's shuffle, but every time that came on, I was having a good time, like, listening to that song. So I can't see a list without that song on it for me. I just love all that, the silly percussion and there's, all the different, sounds they're making with like the glasses and the this and the that and the wash tub. It's just a fun song. I mean, like I said before, the Phil Collins soundtrack is very drum heavy since Phil Collins is a drummer, but it's, I don't know. Again, that's you can kind of see a trend mostly on my list of silly songs for silly people, and that's no different there.
I like it. It's a great choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that brings me to a second choice here for my 7th pick.
Yeah.
See, I don't
Yeah,
feel
right?
bad if I don't feel, well, here's the thing. I don't feel bad if this next, so I'm on my last song because one of them got picked. So I don't feel bad if I don't get this last song. So I'm looking through my alternates to see if I want to pick something else. And I think I'm going to pick something else. So I have something from a different one from each movie. I've been doing pretty good so far. So I am going to pick for my number 7 pick Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid. Under the Sea.
You knocked me out. That was like my next pick.
Oh no!
Under the Sea.
It's all right. It's okay. That's a great pick.
It is a great pick.
man. Right on, man. Right on.
Everything's better down where it's wetter. What can I say?
That's true. Let me take it
is.
from me and you, I guess.
One of my favorite parts of the Little Mermaid ride is getting to go by, like, right before you go into the, like, Ursula's cave thing, like, right at the end of Under the Sea. There's a fish playing a saxophone, and you just get to kind of hear that just isolated audio, just like bum ba-da-da-dum, bum ba-da-da-dum. And I just want, if anybody has just that audio of this fish playing this like berry sax, I would love to just have that isolated audio. I doubt that exists, but that always makes me giggle, and I love going past that part. I'm like, listen to this fish play this berry sax as I go into see Flotsam and Jetsam and be like, Ursula is something blah blah blah, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, the original version as well, not the new version where the animals don't really have any fun. They just walk around.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I like that movie. It's just I have notes, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. This is the Renaissance, 1989 to 1999.
Correct.
I still can't. I don't know. I was about to go into a rant about Salazar being Ariel's
Yes.
dad. Anyway.
Let's
see. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So this is 7, right?
Yes.
This is 7. Okay. 2 more choices here. Ooh, I gotta make these a couple good ones here. You know what? Let's yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bump this one up. I had this one a few choices down on my list, but I think for the sake of this list and for the sake of adding a little bit of variety, I'm going to go with Just Around the River Bend from Pocahontas.
Very good one. Good choice. That one almost made my list. But that one's a good one. Yeah.
I don't have like the biggest connection to Pocahontas for some reason. Like I don't know why. It just wasn't in a rotation when I was a kid. It's a good movie, and I really like if it was 9, because Pocahontas was the one film besides Rescuers that didn't make the list, because there's 9 films I think, or 10 with 10. The Rescuers, and so if I were to pick from that, it would have been probably the Ratcliffe song, the Gold song.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. I never had a big connection to Pocahontas either. Mm-hmm. But I remember I was up. I don't even know what it was for, but I remember we were up like in the mountains, like in an area that was very mountainy. There was a lot of vegetation. I love places like that. I love being up in like the woods and stuff like that. And it was a stream. It wasn't a big river or anything. It was more like a stream, because in the mountains over here they don't have like full rivers, right? But either way, like it was big enough. It was big enough that it made me think of the first couple of lines from Just Around the River Bend, which are what I love the most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. And I remember thinking about that song as I was just kind of walking around and thinking about the water. And I had this like weird IMAX moment, right? Where like I looked up and it's like I opened my eyes for the first time and saw nature. And I was aware of where I was, right? Like I knew where I was. I was out enjoying nature. Like I love seeing all that stuff. But it was like, I don't know what it was. It was like thinking about that song as I was like looking around and just kind of enjoying nature for what it was, that all of a sudden I had this like crazy deep appreciation for it. And I can't even tell you like how I felt at the moment. It was just like this calmness that came over me. And like if anything, that's the one thing about Pocahontas and the film that like always stands out to me, that one song, even more than Colors of the Wind. Like I know that that's like the popular song on the album, but Just Around the River Bend is like, I don't know, there's like, I don't know. I don't even know how else to describe it.
It's a song that defies description.
That's right.
There you go.
Line from a show I'm working on right now.
Doesn't defy gravity.
No, it defies. These are the beans.
Because that's it doesn't defy
beans.
gravity unless you care to find me. Then just look up to the western skies. But
Gravity and beans. That's all I got.
I'm working on Into the Woods right now, and they have magic beans.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And
nice.
He tries to buy the cow with the magic beans, and they say, "What kind of magic?" Jack says, "What kind of magic?" And he goes, "Magic that defies description," because he can't think of anything because they're telling a big old lie. But yeah, so anyway, that's where that came from.
It works.
Right on. All right, Mel.
Your last two.
I know. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I had in between, like, your choices, I'm, like, looking through, I'm like, okay, what do I want? What don't I want? Okay, how does this, yeah. So all that stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just relax. Let's just bring a song that just you want to vibe with. And I want to say maybe Dreamlight Valley has a little part in this because it's one of my favorite like realms. So I would like to choose Hakuna Matata. And it's just the whole, just don't worry. Like it's just one of those songs that you're like, yeah, bad day, Hakuna Matata, whatever. I'm going to just keep walking. I'm good.
Right on.
That was going to be my last pick.
Oh, no.
No, it's okay. I have plenty of alternates. But yeah, that was my last pick. You know, the least I cared about it, but it's such a good song. Again, I'm a big fan of Nathan Lane in general. And well, you know, it's if a lot of people, you know, I don't know how many people just kind of like think about voice actors and like all the things that they've done and all this stuff. But so Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick and Ernie Sabella, who's Pumbaa. Matthew Broderick is Simba, and Nathan Lane's Timon. Anyway, they were all in the stage version of The Producers together.
Oh, that's
the Mel
right.
Brooks musical.
That's right.
And so Ernie Sabella was in a small role in the show, but he happened to be in it, and they just all three are now in this movie, and it's very funny to think about that all of them were in a different situation, a more adult situation, I guess you could call it, in that musical.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of Nathan Lane. He does a lot of things that he's just got such a like unique voice too. When it comes to, you know, voicing stuff that it's instantly recognizable, I guess, Nathan Lane's voice. So
Oh, yeah.
big fan. Good choice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great choice.
Ooh. Okay.
And your last pick.
My last pick.
Ooh.
Okay. So, in my defense, because I'm going to get people to be screaming at me, but I'm going to say this. yes, it's the last pick, but I wanted to end the list on a strong note. I know usually you don't do that with drafts. You want to get the strongest first, but I was like, I'm going to keep it here.
You're able to risk it.
Yeah. So I wanted to end with Reflection from Mulan.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I got to have that song. And I'm kind of glad no one's taking it because it's just got a good message behind it. And I'm like, I got to have one song from Mulan, if anything. So that's my choice.
That's a good, good song, good choice. Heyzen brought up Leah Salonga earlier.
Yes. That's
Right? She's
that's
singing
the
that,
version
right?
I'm picking
Yes,
too.
she sings it, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
it's not
yes.
Ming Na
Not
Wen,
the
it's
not
her,
the
right?
ex
Yeah.
Tina version.
No. No.
Ex
The one in the film.
Film version. And
Film
she wipes
version.
she
There you
wipes
go.
her makeup off her face
Yep.
and it's so sad.
Yep.
She's so sad. Hazen's last one. It's gonna be a fight.
It is.
What is it gonna be?
I am so curious.
Let's see. I'm deleting all the extra ones off my list that have been picked. Do.
This isn't my song, but it's the song that's going through my head right now. Gotta keep one jump ahead of the breadline, one swing ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can afford. That's everything.
That's a
One
good
jump
one.
ahead of the lawman. That's all. That's no joke. These guys don't appreciate I'm broke.
Riff raff, street rat,
scoundrel. Take that.
Just do the whole. We'll just do the whole song. Just waste 4.5 minutes of us doing that. Just a little snack, guys.
Of the two, though, the reprise I think is my favorite version of that song, only because of the his
sad one?
retrospective. Like, yeah, would they see a poor boy? No, siree.
Kind of a weird
They'd find out.
turn of phrase for a somebody in the Middle East of 1,000 years ago to say no siree.
There's a lot of things in that movie that are questionable, but yes, that's exactly what he'd be saying. No siree.
No siree,
All
Bob.
right, let's see. Man, pick number 8. Let's see.
Ooh.
So I skipped over a lot of these other ones because I didn't want to be so basic. I did want to spice it up a little bit, and I think I did a pretty decent job. But that one got taken by Mel. Okay, can't choose that one. No, Andrew, take that one. Okay. I am going to end with I would like to phone a friend. They're not
hello?
picking up. Oh, hey, I got a question for you.
Okay, who is this?
This is Heyzen, your friend?
Hazen. Oh, Heyzen. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Hey. So I know we haven't spoken in like 18 years, but I'm doing this Disney song draft from the Renaissance, and I can't select my last song. I was hoping you could throw one out there to maybe help steer me in the right direction.
Yeah, okay. So, what's the category again?
It is songs from the Disney Renaissance films.
All right. Okay. So, is that like Hotel Transylvania?
No, you're close. It's more like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin.
I got it.
The real famous Disney movies, yeah.
Oh, a Disney movie. I see. Okay. How about that song that goes, what's it go? We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And everybody
can we
found his
hang
head.
up on him? He's no help. Can we just hang up on him? Thanks. Okay. That was absolutely zero help. Okay.
Who
All
was
right,
that? Who did you call?
This person I used to know from like 18, 16, 17, 18 years ago. I don't know. Just that.
Oh,
that
geez,
did
what
not
a
work
big
out like
dummy.
I thought it was going to. Should have selected somebody I knew now. Would have been much easier. But all right, let's see. Let me go through the list here. My My 8th selection to cap off our inaugural draft is going to be... Oh, actually, I'm going to go with this one. I am going to go with the first Gospel Truth, which serve as the main titles for Hercules. It's upbeat. It just sets the tone for that film. You can't listen to that and just not get happy listening to it. So I'm capping this off with the Gospel Truth, the first one. Of
Long ago. Longer now than it seems. Wait, that's not how it goes.
No.
That's he says long
that's a little
ago,
different.
and then he says long
It's a
ago.
little different, but yeah.
Why are you saying it
Wait.
like a Greek tragedy?
Wait, who's on the phone again?
A nightmare
All right.
you might only see in your dreams. I almost bundled all 3 of the Gospel Truths as one song on mine. I was like, I'm gonna see if this will fly.
I
And then
thought
didn't.
about that. Because, I mean, they're
I was like, they all got the
companion
same
pieces to each
title.
one.
Yeah, they're all just like a,
Yeah.
you could play them all together and it would be fine.
But
Yeah.
then
Hook
wouldn't
was
that...
mortal now.
But then wouldn't that, end up coupling the regular songs with the reprises?
Yeah,
I was wondering about that too.
but nobody's picked a reprise. It's you could have.
I know.
Could have.
You can have all 3. It's your last pick, Heyzen. Have all 3.
There you go.
I'm just going to stick to that one. I'm going to stick to that
All right,
Okay.
stick to that one.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So the last pick for me, last pick of the whole kit and caboodle, like Aladdin would say. I'm gonna go. Here's I guess probably one of my most basic picks since it hasn't got picked, and I need another song. So my 8th pick is "Be Our Guest" from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I don't even know how I
right.
forgot about that. That's a good one.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Uh-oh.
that's a big boy. That's
It is.
yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah.
middle of my list, but
good song.
ultimately,
Jerry
yeah.
Orbach. You got Broadway legend singing. It's used in just everything now. Ever since it came out, it's just been, especially in fireworks shows and World of Color, just everywhere.
Yeah. But it's
Be
good.
our guest. Oh yeah, and again, it's showy and it's silly, and I love when Cogsworth is dancing.
Of course,
And
yes.
then it gets really low. I like the
Our guest, be our guest, put our magic to the test.
our service. Come on, man.
No, but I'm doing magic here.
No, you got to start from the beginning because you did.
Fine.
Oh, I like the part.
That's
like,
true.
10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting, needing exercise, a chance
Aw.
to use our skill. Most days we just lay around the castle. Flabby, fat, and lazy, you walked in and oops-a-daisy. That's a good part. I like that part. So yeah, there's my last pick. I don't know. I have a few alternates. I'm gonna throw out my alternates just so y'all
Okay,
know what do you
before-
think?
Before
Okay,
you
go
do
ahead.
that, how
Yes.
about instead, I think we each have enough, or we can come up with 4 more songs, right? I think we all
1,
know
2,
enough
3,
that we
4.
might do 3 more. Okay, but instead of putting them in the episode, let's record 4 more choices. We'll put it on Patreon for the FGP
Yeah.
Squad, and we'll call it the inaugural draft reprise. And we'll
Yeah,
add
yeah.
4 more songs to each list.
All
for the
right, let's
FGP
do that.
Squad.
I
How
like
about
that idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to cap it. That is the end of our inaugural draft, Songs of the Disney Renaissance. How many were on your list? I mean, I'm looking at our list now. I was able to take some notes here, and here's what I got. Andrew, tell me if this matches your list.
All right.
But I had Friend Like Me from Aladdin, A Star Is Born, Hercules, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, A Girl Worth Fighting For from Mulan, Out There from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then Trash in the Camp from Tarzan, and Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid, and Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast.
That's right. That's my list. I'm pretty happy with it.
Mel, here's what I got. I jotted down for you. You had Circle of Life from The Lion King, Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, Prince Ali from Aladdin, Son of Man from Tarzan, Heaven's Light and Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, Le Poussin from The Little Mermaid, Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase, from The Lion King, Reflection from Mulan.
Yep, that's it.
All right. And then my list was A Whole New World from Aladdin, Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, Someday from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Go the Distance from Hercules, Two Worlds from Tarzan, Just Around the River Bend from Pocahontas, and The Gospel Truth from Hercules. So we're going to put those on a graphic. We'll put them up on Instagram, and then you can vote to see which list you like the most. You can tell us who has the most quintessential Renaissance list from the three of us. And yeah, it'll be fun to see the results next week. So before we end the episode, we are going to be transitioning over to a segment, of course, that we've been doing to celebrate the 100 years of wonder of the Disney Company, called Great Moments with Mr. Andrew. With the great Mr. Andrew, take it away.
All right, it's time for Great Moments with me, Mr. Andrew. The years this week are 2011 and 2012. For video games in 2011, we have releases Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Cars 2, the video game, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, Disney Universe, Disney Princess Enchanting Storybooks, Connect Disneyland Adventures, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. For theme parks in 2011, on January 12th, the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management closes in Adventureland at the Magic Kingdom following a fire that occurs in the attractions building. On January 16th, the Wild Africa Trek opens in Africa at Disney's Animal Kingdom. On January 18th, the Flights of Fantasy Parade premieres at Hong Kong Disneyland as part of its Celebration in the Air. On January 24th, Mickey's Filler Magic opens in Fantasyland at Tokyo Disneyland. On February 11th, Mickey's Toontown Fair closes at the Magic Kingdom for the Fantasyland expansion. On March 12th, the Tokyo Disney Resort is temporarily closed for 5 weeks to allow thorough inspections to check for damages caused by the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. On March 14th, a new interactive queue opens at the Haunted Mansion in Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom. On April 7th, Disney officially breaks ground for the Shanghai Disney Resort. On April 15th, Tokyo Disneyland Hotel, and Disney's Ambassador Hotel reopen after 1 month after the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Until April 22nd, the park operated during daylight hours only in effort to conserve power. And on April 22nd, Tokyo Disneyland resumes its normal operations under its normal schedule. On April 28th, Fantasmic debuts in the Mediterranean Harbor at Tokyo Disney Sea. On May 20th, Star Tours The Adventures Continues opens in Echo Lake at Disney's Hollywood Studio. On May 31st, the Mission Tortilla Factory closes in the Golden State area of California Adventure. On June 3rd, Star Tours The Adventures Continue opens in Tomorrowland at Disneyland, and The Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure opens in Paradise Pier at California Adventure. On July 1st, Goofy's Sky School opens in Paradise Pier at Disney's California Adventure, as well as Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, which was formerly Pizza U Mau Mau. On August 1st, the Bakery Fields Bakery and Burbank Ice Cream close at California Adventure. On August 29th, Aulani, a Disney resort and spa, opens in the Ko'olina Resort and Marina in Oahu, Hawaii. It includes 359 hotel rooms, 460 Disney Vacation Club villas. On September 5th, Duffy's Halloween Dream begins at Tokyo Disney Sea until October 31st as part of its 10th anniversary celebration. On November 10th, the Cheshire Cafe opens in Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom. It was formerly the Enchanted Grove. On October 1st, the Walt Disney World Resort and Magic Kingdom celebrate its 40th anniversary. On November 18th, Toy Story Land opens in Hong Kong Disneyland as part of its 5th anniversary. And on December 31st, Cirque du Soleil Theater in Tokyo Disney Resort ceases playing the production of Zed. For Disney Cruise Line in 2011, on January 26th, the Disney Dream cruise ship begins its maiden voyage from Port Canaveral, Florida. And on February 11th, the Meyer Werft shipyard lays the keel for the Disney Fantasy. And on May 3rd, the Disney Wonder begins its first cruises from Vancouver to Alaska. Other notable events of 2011, the live musical Aladdin opens at the 5th Street Theater in Seattle, Washington. With the release of the film The Muppets, the Walt Disney Pictures logo gets updated with the logo simply reading Disney. Disney releases their own set of Funko Pops, starting off with Series 1 and 2. The first regular issue of Phineas and Ferb magazine is published. Disney's Phineas and Ferb The Best Live Tour Ever begins. And Disney on Ice Dare to Dream begins touring. The Disney Legends class of 2011, I actually screwed up last week and read the 2011 for 2010. There was no 2010 class. With the start of the D23 Expo, the Disney Legends class award became a biannual award. So here are the 2011 class, which were read last week. The inductees for 2011 are Regis Philbin, Jim Henson, Jodie Benson, Paige O'Hara, Leah Salonga, Linda Larkin, Anika Noni Rose, Jack Rather, Bonita Rather, Guy Williams, Bo Boyd, and Raymond Watson. Notable deaths of 2011 are February 10th, Bill Justice, May 20th, Randy Macho Man Savage, June 3rd, Wally Bogue, June 4th, Betty Taylor, and October 5th, Steve Jobs. That brings us to 2012. The video game releases for 2012 are the Jungle Book pack is added to Disney Universe. The Phineas and Ferb pack and the Muppet pack and the Peter Pan pack are all added to Disney Universe. Connect Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. Finding Nemo Escape to the Big Blue Special Edition. Little Einsteins. Disney Princess My Fairy Tale Adventure. Just Dance Disney Party. Wreck-It Ralph. Toy Story Mania, and Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. For theme parks and resorts in 2012, on January 4th, Tower of Terror Level 13 begins at Tokyo Disney Sea. On January 5th, the Blue Ribbon Bakery in Disneyland closes. On February 12th, the Barnstormer featuring the Great Goofini opens in Storybook Circus at the Magic Kingdom. On February 17th, Minnie's Fly Girls Charter Airlines debuts at Disney's California Adventure. On February 22nd, the interactive game Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom debuts at the Magic Kingdom. On February 29th, Disneyland and Magic Kingdom stay open for 24 hours to celebrate Leap Year, which was called One More Disney Day. On April 15th, Electronica closes at California Adventure. Also in April, the Carnation Plaza Gardens close at Disneyland. On May 31st, the Finding Nemo stage of the Art of Animation Resorts opens at Walt Disney World with 1,120 family suites and 864 other rooms. Also on May 31st, Snow White Scary Adventure closes in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom to make way for Princess Fairy Tale Hall. On June 15th, Buena Vista Street opens at California Adventure, featuring Clarabelle's Hand-Scooped Ice Cream, Big Top Toys, Carthay Circle Restaurant and Lounge, Elias and Company, Oswald's Gas, Fiddler, Pfeiffer and Practical Cafe, Los Feliz Five and Dime, Mortimer's Market, Kingswell Camera Shop, and the Red Car Trolley. Also this day, Cars Land opens at California Adventure. The attractions are Luigi's Flying Tires, Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, and Radiator Springs Racers. The restaurants are the Cozy Cone Motel, Flo's V8 Cafe, Fillmore's Taste Inn, and the shops are Ramon's House of Body Art and Radiator Springs Curios. Also, June 15th, Mad Tea Party debuts at California Adventure. On July 13th, Grizzly Gulch opens at Hong Kong Disneyland. Along with it opens the Big Grizzly Mountain Runaway Mine Cars. On September 30th, Big Top Souvenirs open at Storybook Circus in the Magic Kingdom. And on December 6th, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, Be Our Guest Restaurant, Gaston's Tavern, Enchanted Tales with Belle, Ariel's Grotto, Scuttle's Scavenger Hunt, all open in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. For Disney Cruise Line in 2012, on February 9th, Disney Cruise Line takes possession of the Disney Fantasy ship from the Meyer Werft shipyard in Germany. On March 1st, at the Manhattan Cruise Terminal in New York, York, Mariah Carey christens the Disney Fantasy cruise ship. And on March 31st, the Disney Fantasy makes its maiden voyage. And also, the Midship Detective Agency, an interactive attraction, opens on the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy. Other notable events of 2012, Newsies opens on Broadway. Disney launched the Watch Disney Channel website and app service platform network for the Disney Channel. Disney announces a deal to acquire George Lucas's Lucasfilm Ltd., which includes the rights to the Star Wars franchise for $4.05 billion. Disney also announces a plan for Star Wars Episode 7 to be released in 2015. And by December 21st, Disney completes its acquisition of Lucasfilm. There are no Disney Legends class of 2012, so that brings us to the notable deaths of 2012, which are February 11th, Whitney Houston, March 3rd, Ralph McQuarrie, March 6th, Robert B. Sherman, June 5th, Ray Bradbury, July 3rd, Andy Griffith, July 24th, Sherman Hemsley, August 20th, Phyllis Diller, August 23rd, Jerry Nelson, September 3rd, Michael Clark Duncan, November 22nd, Mel Shaw, and December 24th, Charles Durning. And that is it for Great Moments with me, Mr. Andrew, for the years 2011 and 2012.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Andrew, for your great moments this week. Those were fantastic. Appreciate those as always.
Oh, you're welcome.
So that's it. Remember to vote on Instagram for your favorite list. We're looking forward to the next draft that we do. FGP Squad, make sure to check Patreon or check the Discord channel for the link to the audio for the reprise of our Disney Renaissance song list. That's it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.
Part of the Podketeers Network.